Good evening and welcome back to another video from Donnie's Kitchen. Hello everybody. Hope you all had a wonderful and safe Sunday. So happy Sunday to you all. Today is March 26, 2023. The time now is 6:02 p.m. here evening in Donnie's Kitchen. Tonight's dinner is what's for dinner is chili and jiffy cornbread mix. So that is what's going to be for dinner. It's very simple and easy to make. And the prep I already did was my usual to go is for my chili is my green bell pepper, celery, 2 sticks of celery, and 1 whole yellow onion you can use, or white onion, but I like to use the sweet onion, yellow sweet onion, because that's what I like. But yeah, this is all the prep work that I have to do besides just the cutting and chopping. So that was it. And I rinsed off my green bell pepper and onion and celery. Rinsed them off really good. Shook off the excess of the water and start chopping. But definitely make sure you use some pair of disposable gloves. That's what I definitely did not do because it's just for me and Hamilton. So, but it was for my friends or for my family, you know, my family in-laws. I definitely will wear gloves, but it's just for Hamilton and I. So that's what we're gonna have for dinner. And then this is the box of the Jiffy corn muffin mix. This is like 89 cents. So if you can definitely find it at your local supermarket or grocery store that you shop at, or like your Walmart or Myers, whichever grocery store you shop at, or Target, you know, definitely get you a couple boxes of these, and they're very good, handy to have for the holidays, for any type of meal that you want to make and you have a craving or taste for cornbread mix. This is just what I use to make my cornbread. And then I put it into my cornbread bowl. This is what I use for my cornbread bowl. This is what I've always been using and have been using in the past few years. So we're going to start making that soon. And I'll put this right there for a second. So, this is the Bush's Best red dark kidney beans that I use. This is in a 16 ounce, so it's a 1 pound can. This was like $2.69 or 89 cents. So that's that right there. That's meal. And then this is Our Family tomato sauce in a 29 ounce in a one can, but they should have bigger cans if you're cooking for more than 2 people. This meal, for just what I have so far, it does go for good for 2 people. But if you're having like your family, like your in-laws over, and you're cooking for your family and you, definitely double up on this recipe. So get you a couple of big cans of these. The tomato sauce is a very good brand, or get any brand that's suitable for you and your family, whatever tomato sauce that you like. And yes, definitely make sure you rinse off the cans and check the dates too, also as well. That's just a habit of me. I rinse off my cans all the time because, you know, you have distributors are touching, and also the employees that stock up the shelves onto the counters from the grocery stores, the supermarkets, they touch the cans too, you know, so I'm sure they wear gloves. So yeah, but just keep yourself and your family safe. That is what I use. And the seasonings, give me 1 second, I gotta get the meat and show you. This is the cheese that I use on top of my chili when it's done within a couple hours. I definitely use like 4 cups. This is 16 ounce, so this is 1 pound. This is a very good brand to use, or any brand of sharp cheddar cheese that you like, or you can use Colby Jack, you can use Swiss cheese, you can use whatever cheese you put on top, and then put a dollop or 2 of sour cream onto your top of chili when it's all done and made. And then for the meat, I use the ground chuck, which is 80-20, and this was about $4.60. So yes, a very nice co-worker of mine. She had did a very good job on packing the meat for Hamilton and I. So yeah, it's very, very, very sweet. So let's get started in making this meal. I'm just going to put up the cheese and at least the cheese, because I got to get ready to cook the meat now. Okay, so the cheese I did put back in the refrigerator. I just want to show you the cheese and the meat that I use. Or you can use or you can use like ground beef. You know, you can use ground chuck. Ground chuck is about 80-20, or you can use ground beef. You know, that's what I like to use for when I make the chili. And I'm gonna run you down on the seasonings that I use. It's my to-go for every meal. Sometimes I switch it up, but I definitely make sure I use my granulated garlic powder, my MDEIUM onion powder, my seasoned salt from Spice Supreme, or you can use Lori seasoned salt, optional. And then I use my Stone Meal crushed red bell pepper flakes, just about a teaspoon of it, not too much, because I don't like a lot of spice in my chili, because I can't handle it, but Hamilton can, because he likes spice and heat. And just a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then I also use one teaspoon of salt, you know, to taste. So those are the ingredients I use. So let's get started and making this chili. And I have the heat up about a good medium. I move this out the way as well. Okay. So, alright. So I just use a big, large skillet. I turn down the heat just a tiny bit, not too much. Just about a good medium heat. You want to have the skillet, and you want to just put about under a tablespoon of oil, because with the meat it makes its own oil. So I just add a little bit to it so that way it won't stick to the pan. Just about like that much. That's all you need. But if you desire to put more than a tablespoon, you can of any oil that you like to cook with. I use vegetable oil. That's what I love to cook with. So yeah, we're just waiting for the skillet to get hot. I already prepped up my onion, celery, and green bell pepper, and yeah, just waiting on that. So I'm going to get a bowl so I can put my meat in, you know, and everything like that. So it's gotta be, grab yourself a bowl, and then you want to grab yourself a colander also as well, so you can drain out the excess of the oil, the juice, you know, the oil juice from the meat. So, alright. I'll push it back just a tiny bit. And then these are the measurement spoons that I normally use, or I use those, you know, don't matter. Whatever measuring spoon set you want to use. This is from the thrift store from many years ago, over 10 years. I still have these things. So, I'm going to use those today. Alright, so the skillet is getting hot, heated up. So, you want to just take your bowl, open up your package of meat, or if you have more than 2 people in your family, you know, you're going to probably need 2 packages of meat. Or sometimes, you know, in your grocery store, you know, they'll have like the family size pack, the real big long pack, or like the long, you know, packaging, you know, if you shop at Kroger's or whatever, you know. And you want to just add this to your bowl. Just take it and add it to your bowl, or you can add it to your skillet, but I like to just add it to the bowl first, so that way I can just use the bowl and put my seasoning in there. Okay, so I'm going to put my garlic in first. So I'm gonna put a tablespoon of garlic. So this is garlic powder. So, because you want to just start off at least with 1 tablespoon, and then if you need to add more after the meat is no longer pink and cooked into the skillet with the vegetables, you can definitely add more. So I'm just going to set this to a side and leave that right there for a moment. Gotta get my water. Hold on 1 second. So then you want to add your tablespoon of onion powder. Okay, you may need to add more, so just set it to a side onto your counter, because you may need to add more, you know, once it get into the skillet. Okay. Then a half of tablespoon of seasoned salt. And then a half teaspoon of black pepper. Because you're not going to need a lot of the black pepper. So then a half of teaspoon of salt to taste, but I'll do that last. I want to add in my red pepper flakes now. So you want to do a half of the red pepper flakes, because that's just enough. That should make it hot just enough. But if you're like a spice person and you like hot, you can add another half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. But I'm not going to need no more than that. So then for the salt, you want to go for just 1 teaspoon of salt. To taste. So that's it. And that's all the measurements. I'll put that there. So I'm not going to need any more of the measurements. Spoons. Okay. Tray this on out of the way. Alright. So I want to just mix it in all well. And then you can, now for this part, you can definitely wear a pair of gloves and mix it in like that with the pair of gloves. Mix the meat in like that. I'm just doing it with the spoon because I'm going to use the same spoon anyway to cook it. And just give it a minute or so, because you want to make sure your seasonings is well incorporated into your meat mixture. So you always like to add your seasonings to your meat, you know, before you add it into the skillet, because once you put your meat in the skillet, you can still add your seasonings with your meat into the skillet, but you'll have to keep adding and adding. I just like to add just enough of the seasoning to the meat first in the bowl, and then if I need to add more, I can. All right, so that's mixed up well. Just add it to the skillet, and you're gonna have some seasonings into your bowl, so you wanna put that in. And you also want to as well make sure you have some hot boiling water with whatever favorite dish soap that you like to clean your dishes with. Now I'm going to put my meat in, my vegetables in now. I'm going to let you see. Sorry. I always do that with my body in the way. Now you can turn up your burner up just a little bit, about between a 5 and a 8, not too low, not too high. All right. Now you want to just check, see if everything is well incorporated of how you like it, how you want it. And definitely make sure if you need to add more vegetable oil at this time, go for it. Just add like another tablespoon or so of vegetable oil. I'm going to wash my hands because my hair is down. I don't know why I have my hair down. I should have put it in a ponytail. But I'm going to definitely wash my hands. I washed my hands too twice before I started this video, and then I wash my hands after I chopped my vegetables. I always like to wash my hands twice before I start any meal, and afterwards I have to prep anything, like cut up anything. I like to make sure I wash my hands very, very well. And then also at this time, while your meat is being cooked, you can definitely wash your dishes. This is what I'm going to do. Washing out this bowl real quick. You always want to clean as you go. Keep your counter nice and clean. Oh my goodness. And I'll be back because my hair is in the way and I gotta wash my hands again because I don't like to touch my hair and start cooking. I don't like doing that. That's so bad. Okay, so let me wash my hands now. And I'm about to wash my hands after I touch my hair because I'm about to put my hair in a ponytail. Okay, it's bothering me being down. It's getting on my nerves. So I just washed my hands. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put my hair in a ponytail and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. My hair is in a ponytail now. It feels a whole lot better, but I know I gotta brush it, but that's okay. So now, while the meat is being cooked, I'm going to add, like I said, a little bit more vegetable oil, just a little bit more. Been watching all day is NCIS. That's one of my other favorite shows, but my top favorite shows, you know, is Law and Order and Law and Order SVU. I like all the Law and Orders shows. Yeah, you want to just make sure that your meat is being chopped up well with your spoon. But I just like to add my meat and my vegetables together so that way I'm not really wasting a whole lot of time with this meal. And there's some pieces of meat that are done. I'm going to see if it needs more seasoning. And at this time, you can definitely taste your meats and see if it needs to be more seasoned. If you need to add more garlic powder, onion powder, seasoned salt, you know, if you need to add anything else like that, more extra. And in this pot here is just some tea that I made earlier this morning when I got up this morning and did my early morning routine that I told you in my previous video, not on my cooking channel, but on my other channel that I have, is the beauty room. And then I'm working on this channel as well. You can definitely leave me a comment, and if you're liking this video and my channel so far, please subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much from my heart to yours. If you already did, thank you. It means the world to me when you do. And thank you for watching all of my videos that I've done in my iCard. And I'm still working on my fish video and my Mexican videos, and also I'm just putting videos that my family have made these recipes for so many years, ever since I was little. and growing up. So these are the meals that I love to cook and to share with you all. Definitely make sure you take notes with pen and paper, and you make these recipes for you and your family. You can twist it up in any type of way that you want, you know, put your own spin to it, your own twist to it when you make these meals, or you can have them just exactly like how I have it. So let's get back into it. So let's do a test taste. I see some pieces of meat that are done, not all of it quite yet. And then also when you when you chop up the ground meat into your skillet, leave like a good medium good chunk so everybody can get a taste of the chili when you make it. So that's what I like to do when I make my chili. I like to have like some chunks in it so you can taste it, you know. And I don't do the same thing for my spaghetti. Now for my spaghetti, I chop it all up really, really good with my meat chopper that I have, that I've gotten from TU. I want to make sure the meat is well incorporated in here, and the vegetables. So yeah, let me taste right now to see how it's cooking. It needs a little bit more onion powder, garlic powder, and salt. A little bit of seasoned salt too. So just a tiny bit. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. You know, eyeball it when you sprinkle it in like this. Yeah, that's your good chicken for the seasoned salt. And this is the onion powder. Garlic powder. Let's put a tiny bit of salt, just a little bit. Because I don't want to add too much more salt, because I like to let people add their own salt, you know, to it when they are putting their own, you know, seasoning to it. So yeah, this is about done. This part of the cooking process is about done. And yes, when you do this meat, it makes its own oil and juices, so I like to just make sure it's well incorporated. So just in a couple of, you know, minutes, you know, add whatever additional seasonings that you need to. Yeah, that was hot right on my foot. All right. So one second, gotta fix something up. I dropped a piece of meat. And then now you can reduce your heat down just a little bit. And then you want to make sure that you keep your counter clean. So it'll make it hard on you after when you're done with this meal, and you know, and you gotta cook other stuff. You gotta make a cornbread or whichever, you know. You want to keep your stuff. You want to keep your kitchen, of course, definitely clean, and you want to get your dishes washed too as well. And it smells so good in here. Your kitchen will smell so good when you make this chili meal. Okay, so wash the rest of my dishes, get them out the way. So yes, you want to just clean as you go. Keep your counter clean, you know. Get your dishes washed while, you know, before you start making your cornbread mix. You can definitely get more than 2 boxes if you have a big family, like a family of 6, family of 8, and you have some friends coming over, you know, and or you're on vacation starting today. You want to make a nice relaxation comfort meal. This is a definitely easy comfort meal to make. This is very easy. Chili is so easy to make. You can make it any kind of way that you want, any all kind of ways that you want. You can add whatever else you want. You can add like a second can of beans if you like chili like that with two cans of beans or bushel beans. You can add like another big can of tomato sauce, and what I use, you know. So this is my cutting board. Sorry, I gotta turn my water off. Just walking away, letting the water run, like, duh. Like, yeah, I got lots of money to waste water. No, I don't. No, I do not. I'm not rich. Yeah, I'm rich in my heart, but not rich quite yet. Because I want to have the success off of my 2 YouTube channels this year and next year. God willing and able. But you know, we are managing just fine in this house. Very, very well. We're truly blessed. No matter what life throws at us, brings at us, whichever. You gotta be truly blessed. Some people don't have what, you know, what you have, you know. Somewhere to stay warm, eat every day, working, you know. Some people don't have that. Alright, so let me get soapy water out of the second sink here. And I'm going to check on the meat, see how that is coming along. And I'm going to make some cornbread. I'm going to make the mixture of the cornbread so you can see how I make it. It's totally easy. Don't take no long time to make it. So put the colander back in there. Check on your meat. And you want to make sure your meat is no longer pink. You definitely want to make sure that your meat is no longer pink. Alright. Let that go for a few minutes more. And I don't know why I keep doing that, bringing the colander back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so what I do with my cans. Oh, alright, in my face. Okay, so you want to make sure that your cans are being rinsed off very well. are rinsed and cleaned off, sanitized off. That should be the last thing I have to do. Alright, counter goes back in the sink for sure. It stayed there. Okay, so I did the counter down with paper towel. I mean with towel and towel. You can definitely use, when you open up these cans, you can use an electric can opener, or you can use just a regular can opener. I'm definitely going to be using my KitchenAid can opener. I'm going to open up the can first. So I usually drain out the juice from the beans just a little bit, because then like the rest of it I'm gonna put into the pot. So that's what I like to do. I like to just drain just a little bit of it, not too much. So I want to reserve the rest of the juice that's in the bean can. Keep that. All right, check my meat. I'm gonna check your meat, and it is looking good. Let me brighten you up a little bit. Okay. Make sure I got, yeah, I got them both on. Okay, I just want to make sure I have my both kitchen lights on. I think one of the lights are probably out. Okay, so you want to turn off your burner. Bring your meat to your colander, to your sink. Take your time with this because you don't want to spill any of your meat, fall out to your skillet. Just trying to be mean right now, but I'm holding it so with the skillet. So I'm holding the colander with the skillet so it won't go anywhere. Yep, just take, like I said, take your time, drain your meat, and take your time with cooking this meal too. So you know, if you're not in a rush, and you can also, if you don't have time, you can make your chili into your crock pot too as well. If you don't have time to do it like in a skillet and then in another pot, you definitely make chili into your crock pot. I'm just showing you this the way my family and I do it. Then I'm gonna show you how to also too make chili into a crock pot too, to see which I'm gonna test it both. I'm gonna test it out to see which one's faster, quicker. See which one's the quickest way, easiest way. So you have less time to cook and clean, and well, you gotta clean up afterwards anyway. But okay. Take the spoon that you cook with, make sure everything is drained out. See all that? You'll make sure all the juice is drained out. Now it looks like it is. Just let that sit there for a second. Okay. Now this is the cast iron pot that I was telling you about that I cook with my chili with. My other pots I cook my pasta noodles with, any like penne, fettuccine, linguine, spaghetti noodles, whichever noodles I cook with, I cook in my other pot. So I'm going to turn this burner back on. Let that heat up for just a bit. Alright, so I'm going to let that heat up for a little bit, and meanwhile now it's time to make our cornbread mix. bowl here, or any bowl, size bowl, don't matter. I have a little trash can here, so I always keep the main trash can in the kitchen, and I keep another one here next to me, real close to me, so that I don't have to walk back and forth. But I'm so used to walking back and forth of the kitchen anyway. So, so you want to open up your mix. Pour that in. I'm going to use this for my cornbread pan. Set that there for a minute. Okay, so I did that. And if you're making this cornbread mix, it says to use 1 egg. But like I said, if you're doubling up your meal for 6 to 8 people, you want to use two eggs per box. If you're making this meal for more than 2 people, like 6 to 8 people. Okay. Take your sugar, regular sugar. This is about a tablespoon. I add about 2 tablespoons of sugar. That should be enough, but I may need to add more, so I just keep it aside right there, and then I just use a fork to mix it all together to get it well incorporated. And then I want to preheat my oven to 400. And just eyeball the milk usage. Okay. Then mix it all together. You can use a Wix. You can use a Wix if you want. See how I just eyeball it, and that's not enough milk, so I'm going to add some more milk, but I'm going to mix this first. And just eyeball your milk usage. You know, you'll know when it's just enough. And you definitely want to whisk it, because you want to get the lumps out of the mix. You definitely want to do that. You want to whisk it a few times. You want to get the lumps out of this mix. You don't want any lumps. So you can definitely whisk. Use a whisker. Use a whisk. I'm sorry, not a whisker. Use a whisk or a fork. But I'm so used to old school. I'm used to using a fork. That's how my mom and my family did it for so many years, using Jiffy cornbread. Just set it aside for just a minute and put your milk back in the fridge. Okay, now at this time you want to use that spoon. You want to test it to see if you need more sugar, more milk. Nope. 2 tablespoons is good enough for 2 people. But like I said, if you're making this meal for more than 2 people, then you will need more than 2 tablespoons. Now you're going to put your meat mixture into your pot. And I'm going to use a different spoon for me using cooking. Pans that I use for cornbread. I got these at the thrift store so many years ago. They were like 2 for under $1. I mean 2 for $1. And meanwhile, you can definitely use ham butter, rich butter paste. Spray your pan. You know, all over the edges. Not too much, don't spray too much. Then you want to add it into your mixture, into your pan. You want to take a spatula and get everything out. Kind of shake it a little bit so you get all sides of it. Set that there for a minute. Add in your canned beans. I only use 1 can because I don't really like a lot of beans. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just meat and beans are just not the world's greatest friend. You want to take a spoon. Oh, yeah, I'm making this already. All right. Whew. I get the other mess later. When everything's cooked and cooled down. Okay, so you just stir it up just a little bit. All right, so then I forgot. You want to add your 2 cans of diced tomatoes. These are the 14.5 ounce. You can use any brand that you like. I already rinsed them off already. I need my vinegar. Alright. Because this has like the tomato juice in it too. And just in case if you didn't have a whole lot of the other tomato juice, you can use this tomato juice. I never drain it. Never ever. I don't, but if you want it drained, you can. I just add it right on in there. Because it gives it more flavor, and then the juice too of the diced tomatoes too gives it that flavor. And this one is the one I love to use for my chili. Is the diced tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano. That was just a plain diced tomatoes that I like to use too. So I like to use double can when I do my chili or my with the tomatoes. Okay, it's all well incorporated in there. And give it one more stir. Take your time. Now at this time you can reduce your heat down to, because it's going to take a good hour for the chili to cook. A good hour or two, because everything is already cooked, but you want to give it that oomph, that really good thickness of your chili. And then put the lid on it. And make sure it's on low, a good tip. Alright, that's good. And meanwhile, you can put your cornbread mix into the oven. And then, while your chili is being cooked for a good hour or two, because now it's time is 6:51. This chili will be done by 7:38. But if you start way earlier, like at 4:30, after church, whichever, and yeah, your chili will be done by 6:30. So yeah. And then meanwhile, you can just wash your dishes. That's just what I'm doing right now, just washing the dishes, trying to keep everything clean so that way I'll have less dishes to watch. Wash, excuse me, wash, not watch, wash. I have less dishes to wash. And I've been watching NCIS all day today. So, just at home, relaxing, getting my mind ready for the week. And this is boring, so I need to watch this. But give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Right back. Okay. I had to let my water run for just a second because I have to real quick. That's the only one reason why I let my water run for just a quick second. I don't let it run. Probably said, in the earlier the video that I let it run, and I was not thinking when I let it run. This is a really huge pan, but I do like cooking with it. I do like it. Sometimes it's a convenience, and sometimes it's not. is wet on this laptop. All right. Okay, clean your counter. Yep, so when I cook, I always like to clean as I go. That's just the #1 rule. That's how it's been in my family so many years. So I always cook, clean. Oh, it's too big. So I always clean and cook as you go. I'm sorry. Yep, so always cook and clean as you go, because you don't want to have too much to do after dinner's ready or whichever. You know, you don't want to have too much to do. So I'll be back when this is all done. So be back. I'm back, and almost finishing process. I already cooked the cornbread. It's being cooled down. This is how it looks. Phenomenal. Oh yeah. And cornbread don't take that long to just definitely read the instructions on the back of the packaging when you do make cornbread. Or you can make you can also make cornbread muffins, you know, with your muffin tin pan, and place it with some oil into each pan. How many you make, you can make the whole entire 16, 18, whatever, how many it can cook with. 4, 8. Mine comes with 12. So if you have ones that's like the little mini muffin tins, muffin tins that cook up to 16, definitely do a double batch of this, triple batch if you want. Or you can make just regular cornbread in itself in this pan, or you can definitely do cornbread muffins. So I just did cornbread regularly out of the pan there. So while it's hot, I'm gonna add some butter to it. This is the butter I use. But this is what I use. I used to use Country Crock, but this is just like oil spread. But I like this butter because it's not as bad, but it is like an oil spread. But if you want to use regular butter, you can use the unsalted butter, or you can use salted butter. But I just like to use this. This is just what I grew up on using. So I'm just going to put some butter onto my cornbread there. And just for video's sake, this chili is about done. Not quite yet. It's almost getting there. I just want to just place some butter on top of the cornbread, and I like to add that now, so that way, you know, it can be already. And then also you can cut your cornbread into chunks. Not chunks, but medium. You know, medium slices, just like this. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna set this butter aside because I'm gonna probably add more butter. So just cut it up. Just make sure that your edges of your cornbread is not sticking, and it's not. So that is a good thing. And also you can make sure that your cornbread is well weighted to cut within like 10 minutes. I like to just cut it now, so that way I'm not waiting long because I'm hungry. Me and Hamilton are hungry. I know he is. He just got off work. I know he is definitely hungry. So cut up just like that and set it aside until you're ready to use. And then I'll put some more butter on to your cornbread when you serve it. Let me wash my hands again. And like I say, I always wash my hands after. I just rinse my hands off. I had to get something off my hands. So I like to make sure my hands are well incorporated and washed really, really well. Now, can you put no with the TV? Fix the TV, please. It should be in the bed. Okay, sorry about that. You could definitely use a ladle. I gotta get a ladle. Okay. Make sure you have a ladle for your chili when you serve it. And this chili is basically done. Smells so good in here. Smells really good in Donnie's kitchen. See how thick that chili is? I'm gonna bring it closer to you so you can see. And this chili serves like, it'll give you like about a good day and a half to eat. Sometimes maybe 2 days. But this is how it looks so far with a chili in Donnie's kitchen. So definitely give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe. Please subscribe and tell your family and friends all about Donnie's kitchen. That I am a person, a home cook, making some simple meals for you all to put onto your family's table to serve to you and your family. And let's put the cornbread on there now. I'll put a good piece on there for him. Because sometimes like cornbread, not much, but I do. I love me some cornbread. I grew up on cornbread since I was 3. I was able to eat out my mouth. So just place some cornbread on to next to your bowl or to a little saucer. You want to serve it up like that or whichever. Okay. And you can put onto the tables, your family's table, kitchen table. Yeah, your family's table. I'm sorry. You can put a dollop or 2 of sour cream on. I'm gonna serve this to Hamilton, and I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, I am ready to serve my bowl. I put a little bit of water in my bowl. I've been doing that for so many years, just a little tiny bit, just to make it a little thick. And then that's that. Put this into the dishwashing sink. Goodness gracious, y'all calling everything dishwasher. Okay. And this will be good definitely for leftovers. If you have any chili left, if you made it the way like how I showed you, or if you have your own spin to it. And 1 bowl is good enough for me. Do you want cheese?
No, yeah, mustard.
Okay. Yep, this is my piece of cornbread here. I usually take 2 cornbreads because I used to put it inside my chili. But today, I'm not gonna. I still might add a little bit of sour cream, and then on the side. Now, do you like the crumbs? I love the crumbs to my chili. I love the crumbs, the ends of the cornbread when it's done being cooked. I place that right in there. Okay, so this is set over here. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, you definitely make sure that your burner is, oh my goodness, sorry about that noise. Make sure your burner is definitely turned off when you do make this meal. So, Hamilton likes mustard and cheese on his. I like cheese on mine too. Oh, I didn't get the sour cream. Yep, just a little bit of sour cream with the spoon. Just a dollop. And that's all I put on my chili. But you can put whatever you want to do with, you know, into your chili when it's being cooked. And chili takes about a good couple of hours. I just did it within an hour and a half. But it does take up a few hours to make chili. But I'm gonna make chili again. I'm gonna make it into a crock pot next video. So I'm trying to test out, you know, which either way it work. Okay, so before I say a prayer, definitely make this meal. It looks so delicious. Yes, in Donnie's kitchen. Let me go grab the cheese. I'll be right back. And I put like a good handful of, I put a good handful of cheese onto my chili. And you can get like a bigger bag of chili, like, you know, the family size bag of sharp cheese. So you can do Swiss cheese, you can do Colby Jack cheese, you can do both Swiss and Colby Jack cheese. Okay, so say a prayer. Heavenly Father God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for your love and your protection and kindness. Thank you for everything you've given us: a home, food, and our mouths, clothes on our back, work, home. Thank you for our loved ones, our family, and the children. Thank you for my wonderful subscribers, or family of Donnie's Kitchen and in the beauty room. Thank you for each and every one of the subscribers, and for newcomers and people that are just stopping by and watching both my channels. Thank you for them. Continue to bless each and every one of them, their families, and their loved ones. Look, God, I ask Jesus Christ continue to bless each and every day for us. Continue to keep us safe, well protected at each and every job that we have, or a new job. We just thank you for your love and for who you are and what you are at the head of our lives. In Jesus' name we ask, amen. Let's give it a taste of chili. It's good. We'll give cornbread a taste. I love cornbread. I'm gonna watch the rest of NCIS with my hubby. Like I said, definitely give this meal a try. Write down a recipe. Make this recipe. You would definitely love it. Your family will love you until you make it again and again and again. So I'll see you all in the next video, from Donnie's Kitchen to yours. God bless you. Have a safe and blessed week. Stay humble, peace, love one another, and definitely stay safe and stay encouraged. Dream big to the sky. God bless you all. See you next video. Bye.